turned a microphone on. And to go over what I just said, here I am live on what I think to be my guitar DIY channel, making a video about a guitar I don't think I posted about, and that is my green Dragon Inlay eBay kit guitar. So let me get my software adjusted here, and hopefully it's broadcasting okay. I have some trouble with my internet connection. It's freezing up, randomly when I paid for faster service, and what do I get? So bear with it, I guess, if it has some dropouts, but I'll stand up here in a minute or two and give you a really good tour of the guitar. I think this is on. Yeah, I'm real happy. It's a eBay kit guitar I built. Here it is. What got me interested in it was a pretty thin body for a guitar, and arch top, though. I thought that was cool. And very, PRS-ish. Maple veneer and whatever you call that, flame maple inlays. Or, not inlay, but just flame maple top. And pretty cool, well done binding here. All I had to do was take it from its wood color into this dark green here, which was yellow for a while. Then I guess I settled for a dark green. Was gonna sort of be blue. I don't know what I was trying to do with it, but it ended up green, so I stuck with it because I thought it was pretty cool. I even painted the neck green and somewhat shaped the headstock here. I'll try to show you there. Gave it a little shape. It's kind of plain right here at the end, but I just kind of saving that for a day when I felt really like crafting it up. But as it is, it doesn't look bad. I like the contour that I got at the bottom here, trying to mimic an Ibanez. And not sure what to do there. Maybe I'll make a little notch there, a little design or something, but otherwise I'm pretty okay with it. Looks pretty basic. Needs a little scribble of something in gold. Weird. So, I guess I get standing up here, show you what this thing's all about. It's a nice, kind of lightweight guitar. Has some great sounding pickups. I was pretty happy for eBay kit guitar. I wasn't expecting much, and they're it seemed to me even a little bit hotter than the ones that came on the Ibanez Gem kit, the Hybrid As. If you watch that video, I'll cycle through some of my RP350 sounds so you can hear what this thing sounds like, and show you a couple other things about it. Okay, well, here it is. Forgive our wardrobe minute there. Now an equipment failure. All right, give us a second. microphones. Okay, I think we're on to something here. Got most of the guitar in the picture. So here you can see a pretty good shot of the Dragon inlay, which I was pretty fond of. I will say that the Tree of Life inlay, that's a similar kind of across the neck, no dots design, has some markings that still let you know visually, where your black dots would be, your fret markers. And this isn't as obvious if you end up staring at the fretboard and, after so many years of playing, you're kind of used to just kind of keeping your eyes on your fingers. And on this particular model, you have to resort to the dots that they gave you. You probably can't see them, but on the binding of the neck. But it's still playable, still doable. And speaking of playable, action, excellent. Low action, probably one of the lowest ones I have. The neck, I just set the relief after a year and reset the relief. I had it set probably to exactly flat. When it was new, it built up a bow over time, by weather and humidity and changes and everything. The guitar adjusted to how it sits, but also I think this guitar's been through some tough times with the guitar stands, and I built a stand that supported the neck here, and always leaning against it. It just seems like over time it shifted bow, gave it a little bow. Since then I've reversed all my guitars because they all seem to develop a little bit of a arc over time. But it could have just been the change in the weather. But anyways, whatever the case may be, I got it reset now to just having a touch of relief in the neck, as evidenced by a tiny, tiny fraction of a sliver available at the 12th fret. Well, so as I was saying, as I was sitting down, thin body, I guess decent wood. I don't know, it's pretty light, but the guitar has a decent sound, great sustain. And it intonated fine. The cheap imitation Floyd Rose works okay. It's actually got a pretty nice action. I mean, by action, I mean it's a response. It doesn't have any wobble or play in the every little. You can really hear every little thing that you do with it. You can hold it in your hand and play. Comes right back into tune, so I'm pretty happy with that. Nice sound on all the different pickup settings. Single coil in the middle. And just the rear pickup. Crank the tone knob over here. great. Some nice sounds there. And can rock out with the sound with the guitar. Well, there's that. Pretty happy. The design is really cool on the neck. It's what's the profile of the neck? I don't really know. And if it's reasonably, it's not too thick, but it's not super thin. It's pretty average feeling playing neck. Cutaway's decent. I might ground this little part out here. I did that already on another guitar. I might ground that out, especially now that I got a decent blemish in the neck. The one of the guitar stands, as I was telling you earlier. Let's take a look at the back of this guitar. I'll tell you that in a second. Really happy, like I said, not too worried about the back of the guitar, but boy, I love to show it off. It really came out awesome on the back. The dye I used just made a great, neat, deep green color to the wood. Really happy with this. Spray tint is what I used to do this, not ink or anything like that, just out of a spray can. It was tint. It was sold at a craft store. Pretty cool stuff. And I got to retint the neck now because one of the stands, a shorter stand, a single guitar stand that I was using, foam, backing that cupped the neck. Apparently, the foam didn't gel well with the lacquer that may not have been fully cured. And, the way this thing is sort of got a little stick to it, it's... I don't know if it ever cured, and probably won't use spray can lacquer again on the neck, but it had just a horrible foam chemical crap reaction right here, so it left just a kind of a mark. It didn't really affect the playing too much. I could get around it. It never bothered me, but while I was playing, but it was something you could feel. So the other day I got around to getting some steel wool and knocking it all back down, and took pull out of the finish with it. And as you go over it, you can tell right where it is. But when you're playing, you don't notice. And as soon as I give it some color matching and spray some lacquer over it, and then sand the whole thing again, it should probably come back to normal just fine. So there's that. Headstock, we talked about. The tuners were pretty cheap, but you don't use those anyways. As you see, it's locking for the imitation Floyd Rose, and a lot of these systems will use a bar right here, And I don't see a reason for that bar. My guitar, I can dive bomb to this and stayed reasonably in tune. So yeah, there's that. Just a quick video, since I didn't have anything on my channel about this green monster that I built, I believe, and this was my 2015 guitar. I think the Ibanez Gem copy, the Hybridez, was my 2014 guitar. So was my 2015 guitar. My Strat was my Stu Mac Guitar Fetish Strat was my 2016 guitar. And who knows what my 2017 guitar will be. Another 2016 guitar I have is my Hondo that I rebuilt this year that I should plug in, but I probably won't. Well, I guess that is all I wanted to show you. I think you know what I'm going to do here. I've got that backing track I was playing on the way into the video. I think I'll jam to that a little bit and shut this video off. So, let's do it. Trip to Pennsylvania scratched the finish quite a bit. You'll see one there, Had the cord wrapped up in the case, and found it all scratched up when I got there, but I'm not overly worried about it. It's just it's not priceless. It's not a massively vintage guitar. It'd be nice if it was perfect, but it's gonna get vintage someday, right? It's relict. So, you know what? I was pretty happy with this while I'm on the finish is the mirror finish that I did get from the finish. And I learned a whole lot about wet sanding and how to apply a finish and, what a basic finish, how it looks okay and somewhat glossy, but it looks unprofessional until you wet sand it. And that's when you create this really dull surface. But if you look across the dull surface, it's when you really see the reflection that you're creating. And then all you need to do is polish it, put some wax over it, and make it look like this. And gets that deep look to it. I was pretty happy. I will report, I do have a somewhat funky fret right here. Try to do a little polishing on this fret right here, but the still got a little bit better, but then I started worrying about ruining this note because the final fret will be too high. It seems that this fret is just simply pushed down a little bit too far. So, might need some, an eventual refret right here, or maybe I can still cut this one down a little bit. But here we go. I'm going to play you a note here. Just before it. Just after it. And the note. It's got a little bit too much twang to it. You can hear it's just gracing the fret ahead of it. I already lifted the action up as far as I want to lift it up, so I got every other fret sounding great. So I'm not going to mess with it. Dies out kind of quick. I guess it doesn't, so I'm okay with it. So there's the Green Machine, my Dragon inlay guitar. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up this video with that. Oh yeah, as promised, the jam. Let's jam. I'm going to hit a backing track set to C Mixolydian, I believe. And if you've followed the graph paper method on my other channel, you'll know how easy it is to play in guitar modes anytime, anywhere. So I suggest seeing the graph paper method. That will be in the comments below. See the link. Okay, I hope you enjoyed a live demonstration of a home-built eBay guitar. What you can do yourself with some spray can technology, your own ability to twist a Phillips head screwdriver. You too can be the proud owner of a guitar that you built and set up yourself. And like I've suggested in other videos, keep in mind if you do venture, if this video inspires you to try to fork over $150 or so of your dollars to an eBay seller to get one of these kits. Maybe, I think this was what, $120, $140, something like that. If you do, and you get it to this point, set up, strings on, and you're ready to hit that first magical chord, just remember your guitar is going to sound like crap. You're going to have this idea of what you wanted it to sound like, and it's going to sound like its own guitar, and it's going to have brand new strings, and they're probably not going to hold a tune as soon as you get done tuning them, and your Floyd Rose is going to need to reset a million times, and so are the springs on the back, and then the pickup height, and then the intonation, and then reset the neck, and then a week later just do it all again. So you're going to need like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to just playing this thing, even though we like kind of a junky sound. You're going to have to dial in your effects. My effects are different for all my guitars on the same presets on the Digitech box thing. You'll have to, modify all those settings and get something that'll gel into the instrument, and all of a sudden, in a few weeks, with some tinkering and tampering and just keep on going over the bugs and the fixes and the resets and the string buzzes and finding something else wrong with it that you keep on fixing, eventually you'll stop repairing it and it'll just gel into a good playing tune, especially if you got a song, that's really, got a lot of, Learn Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. That way you'll really be able to wear on your guitar. Maybe La Villa Strangiato by Rush. Damn. Yeah, stuff like that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.